Alrighty, now all we have to do is wait for it to come online, and then I can start with the intro. Yay! It's starting any day now. It says I'm live, but am I live? Somebody's telling me to play GTA. Nice. Um, alrighty. Anyways, welcome all, and Kiara King, whoever the crap you are. I'm not going to do GTA today. This is a live modeling live stream, hence the title. So I'm not cool, and I'm very sorry. I don't have a computer strong enough to really play GTA, but when I get it fixed, I might do live streaming on that platform. So today we're gonna be working on the Horizon Coach again, as always. Um, and then another thing we're also going to be working on, or we're going to be looking at, just real quick, is the fire engine that I've kind of been procrastinating with. Because I've been procrastinating. Hardcore. Like, no joke. Um, so real quick, here's the fire engine. It's really neat. You know, this is the back of the engine. It's a Seagrave. It's like a 2012 Seagrave or something. Um, got a little bit more done today. I finished up working on these Well and Edge mini edge light bars for the back of it. They came out actually very nicely. So I got no complaints on that, and you can kind of see some of the lights we have on here. I'll be doing more on this at a later time because of the Horizon Coach. The hose bed is done. I've got it the way I like it, and it's pretty close to what the FDNY would actually use. It's, by no means perfect or anything, but it gets the job done for what we're doing. Keeps the poly count very low. Um, so I'm I'm pretty satisfied with it, pretty much. Um, got the spatula thing. Yeah, it's nothing really cool. Nothing really cool at all. Let's see what else we got done. Um, oh yeah. So we got this little hatch. I have no idea what it's for, but it's there. Um, and then as for the ladder thingy that actually, you know, brings the ladder down, and I'll show you what it's supposed to kind of do. So let's edit the pivot. I'm going to turn my snap on because I want this lined up exactly with the center of this bolt, because that's kind of what it'll be rotating on. And then it just kind of comes out like this and gives easy access to the firefighters when they need to get the ladder. So I still have a little couple pieces I need to model for it, like the locking pin on it. And it's all motorized, so like one of these things is, I think it's this one, is the button that lowers and raises it. Um, I'll be putting a cooler on it eventually. Let's see what else. Neat little feature. I don't know if you can see this because I was thinking I'd do a couple other versions of the engine. Is this little vent cap back here that's actually modeled in? So, surprise, surprise, right? Yeah. So then all I have left to do is model the actual box or the thing in here that gives it stability in the middle. But I've got this pretty correct. I actually have drawings for the Seagrave model I'm working on, which is even better. I have them scaled correctly, so that's also very good. So that's just a quick little overview of this. And then here's just real quick, one of my favorite parts on it is kind of this hose cap here. That took a lot of work to get it the way it is, but I think it came out very nicely, and I really like it a lot. And then just it's all this fine detail, the bolts and everything. I think that's what really brings this model out to be a good model. And what I'm trying to do is create a model that surpasses all other models with this. So there's like little details I look at on other models that someone has left out, I add it in. Because I think a lot of detail on these models is very important to model. You know, it's there for a reason, so why not model it in? So that's essentially what we have right now, and it's looking out really good. I really like the detail that I've put into it. So that's just a quick overview of what I have of the engine. There's more work that'll be happening on it very soon, um, but this is what we have for now. I'll do another quick model overview of the previous fire engine that I worked on, got it close to finished, and then basically decided I needed to redo it. So, real quick, I have to go through and hide all this stuff here. So basically what we have here is the almost completed FDNY Seagrave or something engine. Problem with it, it's too wide. I mean, it's at 43,000 polygons, and I mean, to be honest, let's see, if I removed a lot of the stuff, it'd all be coming from the back, and I think that's fault on my part. Um, so I don't know. I'm working on poly reduction, but I'm also working on, uh, you know, better details. Like this is kind of just cheesy. The spatula thing, that's a cheesy model. The fire extinguisher I did actually looks a lot better. These lights I used on the other one, and I just fixed this little rim thing up. Um, added some details here. I'll definitely be redoing those high-rise packs. Those are just awful. Um, I'll be using the same ladder on this one because there's really nothing or any variation to it. And these are those support bars I was talking about that I'll need to put in. So I'll figure that out later. Um, I mean, for the most part, some of these details, like these air conditioners, I'll definitely be reusing these. I don't see a point in remaking them because they came out so well. So I'll be reusing those. I'll be reusing or not. This should be easy to remake. I'll probably be reusing these light bars because those were a pain in the butt to make. But they came out really good. Um, the wheels, I don't see myself reusing these. Um, so I'll probably be using, something else and redoing them. But for the most part, these wheels actually came out really nicely. And if you're interested in seeing how kind of those are done, you can check out one of my other streams that I had up on it. Then here's my front wheel that really could use some work. The interior is actually, pretty detailed for, what I was going for. The seats actually have, air tanks and all that crap on them. But it's not like supposed to be high detailed either, and that's just because it's not gonna be a like the way I'm looking at this is the interior will be fine if I make it kind of good, but not like perfect and like high quality. It'll be decent for what we're trying to get across is the point. So it's got the basics in it. If it goes into a game and you do first person, at least it'll give you the effect that you're going for with like textures and everything. But everything else on this model is basically, it's a no-brainer that it's not really gonna be up to par with some other interiors. But for the most part, it's decent. It'll get the job done. I'm not sure what platforms I'm still going for on this, so we'll have to see what I find to be the best. I'm just getting certain things loaded up right now. The Horizon Coach is definitely being remade. There's just a lot going on with it that needs to be redone. So, and that's what we're working on. I thought I'd do kind of like a 10-minute deal, see if anyone came into the stream. That way we can keep things going. Yeah, this one took a lot of like geometry and algebra to do these seal caps on the coach. So, I mean, it's coming out decently. It's not bad. I think I've got everything lined up pretty well. So I'm just gonna do these cuts here. And I'm gonna delete the crap. And then I'm gonna make a copy of this. And then we're gonna begin working on the pilot, because that's kind of my main concern here. And I have no idea what I'm doing. So you can kind of see what we have it made out of. It's basically a two-part, deal going on here. One thing I have to find out is, does it look like these parts are coming off of the main body or below the main body? I'm trying to figure this all out now. It's cut out like that. So it shouldn't be on a curve, pretty much. It should kind of be... Yeah, that's a problem. Alrighty, let's see what I can get out of this. If I go for, my open for edit. We're just gonna look at, someone who's already made one. Okay, so one thing I'm thinking we could definitely fix is actually, where that curve is going to be. Because I think the way I have this curve, oh shoot, is going to be too much. And this is why we make backups of everything. Yeah, so this curve, if you look on here, there's too much of the curve. It needs to be smaller. So we're going to get our line tool out and we're gonna and that's kind of what I'm trying to avoid at this point. Okay, so we're gonna go back over here, and I think I know what I want to do. Essentially, I'm doing the same thing, but with a box. Yeah. Let's see how all this is. And you're probably wondering, why am I using an NJT cab car? Basically, the Comet cars are essentially very similar in diameter. They're actually almost the same in kind of general body design. So I can actually get closer going off of this than I am the drawings I have. Alright. Now, one thing I'm going to look for here is where those curves are actually going to be in conjunction with my chamfer box I'm making. So when I make this chamfer, and what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to find where this pivot point is, and I'm going to move it out right there. That's going to give me a very clean edge that I want, I think. Alright, so let's just extend the length here. Make sure it goes out far enough on both sides. Then we're going to go through and center our pivots. This is important if we want to get proper spacing between everything. Turn it to 180. Go here, yada yada yada. We're going to make it positive 6 feet. And we're going to do that. Pretty much. Now we're going to go over to here where I've basically got my copy made, and I'm going to delete these original ones. And then I'm going to come here and I'm going to attach this. And again, what our goal of this is to make everything, when we do a cut, we want to make the cuts almost all as one, because this will prevent you have no idea how many issues from happening. It's ridiculous how many issues we'll have if we're not careful. And then I'm actually going to probably do some fixing up here on where some of the objects are. Let's see here. If I go to I have some pictures pulled up. There's an indent that doesn't really go down as far as I have it. So, that's just kind of one of the general things. In fact, that indent only goes about to floor height. So I'll actually go fix those indentations, and you'll see that in a minute here. So, but first what I want to do is I want to see how this all is going to cut out. So when I click all of that, is it going to cut the way I want it to? And if the answer is no, then we need to find out what is wrong, essentially. There's supposed to be a lip, and I actually have that modeled in on here. If you kind of see where this lip is right there, that's kind of that lip I'm talking about, and that needs to be on the main body. And I think in order to get the outlook I'm going for, this is going to have to be a little bit thicker. And I actually have a picture of the interior. And yes, I can make these walls thicker. So off camera, basically, I have some, actual pictures pulled up of an Amtrak Horizon coach. So that is essentially what I'm using to kind of reference what I'm doing exactly. Because that's what we want to do. So now that I kind of increased the thickness a little bit, and I might just increase it a little more, I don't know. Let's see, about that much I'd say. I should be able to like fit my arm there. So I think that's roughly about right. I think I'll count that. And I'll just do a test cut to make sure that it's what I want. And you can kind of see that there. Now wondering. Oh yeah, that thickness is perfect. I think. I'm just gonna look at some other pictures of the doors. Yeah, that thickness is pretty good. I don't think it's gonna get any better than that. Alrighty. So now I'm gonna actually go back and I'm gonna reference this and make sure I get this right. Okay, there's that lip right about. Yeah, I don't know. Is anyone actually watching? No, it's not. No one is watching. Jeez. Let's see here. I'm gonna pause again. Then I'm going to try and get a little more work done and get on a solid, path. So I'll be back soon.